All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We have Amber and Steve here with us from iSolved, and they're going to cover the iSolved Learn and Grow product. And so I'm going to turn it over to them, and they can do their introductions and get us started.
Great. Thank you so much, Jason. Yes, welcome everyone to our webinar today on Learn and Grow. We're excited to be here and present this product to you. So let's go ahead and get started. So our agenda today is, you just met your presenters, but we're going to go through a little bit of an overview as far as Learn and Grow, some benefits, some features, just some overall, information on Learn and Grow. And then we're going to go through a demo of the solution and some of the things that it can do for you and your business. And then at the very end, we're going to leave some time open for some Q&A. So you'll see that there is a chat feature and a Q&A feature here within Zoom. So as we go through the demo, if you have questions as we're going through the demo, please make sure you enter those into the chat or even the Q&A. And then that way we can make sure that we get to all of your questions at the very end of the demo. So again, you got myself, Amber Vernew, and Steve Yeager on the phone with you today to present the webinar. So thanks for having us. All right, so we just kind of want to go through an overview and some statistics and some benefits and key features of the Learn and Grow system. So, a couple of statistics these days that we have found is, as far as the new normal of employment and, employees working a little bit more remote or even a hybrid model, one thing employees are really looking for these days is learning opportunities within the company. That is kind of at the top of their list as far as what they're looking for. And a lot of employees are feeling like there is a lacking of a learning management system at most companies, and wanting to learn, things a little bit more fast paced and, develop their careers inside the company. So a lot of employees are looking for those opportunities. Those opportunities will actually help your employees stay engaged at work. They're always constantly, everybody's looking to, grow. They're looking to develop their careers. So anything that they can do like online to kind of help them, grow and learn more opportunities within the company. Also kind of helps with some employee retention. And again, it will keep them engaged at work. Just a couple of, fun facts here. So 56% funding for continuing education. So a couple of things as far as, how to improve efforts with your employees, their professional development. A couple of, fun facts here with some percentages as far as what employees are looking for as far as, developing their professional careers. So here's a couple of things as far as what employees have said, that they are looking for. Big key pieces, more than half employees are looking for education through a learning management system. That's half your workforce that is looking and wanting education through a learning management system. Career path and opportunities is always a big one too. And then you kind of get down into a couple of other things, some mentor opportunities. So, but a big key piece is, that education, that continuously looking for education, which is what our learning management system can do for your employees, to keep them learning, to keep them educated, and to keep them engaged, and also just to keep, retention up. So one other thing is here, again, organizations that invest in their employees will actually get more profit and revenue from their employees, as the employees will have, experience and a higher engagement level, which also makes them, want to outperform their peers. And again, you'll get more profit and revenue from your employees, the more that they are engaged and the more happy they are, and the more that they feel like they are learning. So just a couple as far as key features and benefits and capabilities, and some benefits of the product. Our product is 100% personalized curriculum. So you'll be able to see that when Steve gets ready to go through the demo. So you can customize your content, you can record your own demos, you can use our pre-built library of over 150 courses. You can upload, some documentation that you want your employees to do. So the nice thing is it is truly 100% personalized. You guys choose exactly how you want the curriculum to flow. what you want it to look like, the content that you want in there for your employees. And then there's some really good reporting features in there for you to be able to kind of see and pull like who's doing what within the learning management system. What classes are they taking? What courses are they taking? If there's, courses that maybe they're required to take. As we all know, depending on what state you're in, there are certain courses that employees are always, required to kind of take every year as a refresher course, whether it's, something like sexual harassment or something like that. Those are all out there. We do have also a content marketplace that has thousands of additional courses that you can purchase that are also really nice, that are, a little bit more driven towards job specifics. If you're not wanting to record and do your own, there's some other options there for you to purchase additionals. And then just, of course, some benefits is that you gain productivity, right? So as you're engaging your employees and your employees are feeling like they're growing, not just professionally, but personally within the company, that will help improve your retention, keep your employees happy as they feel, engaged in the company because they are continuously learning. And then it also will help you guys ensure compliance. You'll transform the way your employees are learning, and then you'll be meeting, your regulatory requirements, and again, stay within compliance. So just a couple of nice key features and benefits of the Attract and of the Learn and Grow. So I'm going to turn the time over now to Steve, and he's going to go through a really nice demo of what the Learn and Grow system can do for you.
Perfect. Thank you, Amber. And thank you guys again for taking some time out of your day to hop on a call with us. We are excited to show you the technology today. But as Amber mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chats and just put your question in there, and Amber and Jason will monitor that for us, and we'll make sure we get them answered at the end of the call. But ultimately, with the iSolve Learn and Grow solution, it is actually attached to what we call the iSolve University. And the iSolve University is a great component of the iSolve technology in the sense that it provides you and your employees access to some additional training courses that are really driven off of the iSolve product itself. So when you talk about, what the iSolve technology can offer, it provides more than just a learning management component, of course. It provides, anything from applicant tracking to onboarding to timekeeping to benefits, performance management. Well, when using those features of the system, it's nice to know that you also have online courses that are available for your employees to take online. And this would once again be in regards to the iSolve system itself. But where the Learn and Grow aspect really comes into play within the university is under what we call the My Classroom. And what the My Classroom gives your employees access to is really a dashboard view. And this gives them the ability to kind of see, anything that's been assigned to them. So we'll kind of get into how you can assign different courses or course paths to your different employees. You can set up specific due dates, and you can have reminders being generated to those employees accordingly based upon, the due date of when those courses need to be completed by. It also gives the ability for the employee to favorite certain courses. So as they're reviewing courses, there may be other courses that they wish to take at some point in time, and they can go ahead and favorite those courses. So that way, if they do want to go back and take a course at their own, leisure, they don't have to go searching through the catalog of the different courses. They'll have access to basically access those courses right from the home screen itself. And then the same thing for the course paths. And really what a course path allows you as the organization to provide to your employees is a way to bundle courses together. So just kind of think of it as, almost like college. So to get a certain degree, I have to take certain courses to get that degree. It's kind of the same concept. So you can say for, all your new employees, you can create a new hire orientation course path. And that may include 3 or 4 standard courses that you want every new employee to have to take. Well, instead of having to assign each one of those courses individually, you can bundle them into a course path and then just assign the course path to those specific users. And that could be a manual assignment where somebody's just going to manually assign these courses, or it could be triggered off of different criteria within the system. Whether I'm a new employee based upon a location, a division, department, stuff like that, you can actually have the system automatically assign individuals to those course paths within the system itself. So really just an easy way to kind of see, what the employees, interest are as far as what courses do they wish to take at some point. And then it also gives them access to see what courses they're required to take. And that's via the assignments aspect. As you notice, there is a gamification piece built into it. So there is kind of a leaderboard aspect. So as they're taking courses and completing courses, they're earning more points, which moves them up the leaderboard. It also can move them up to the different grade levels. So once again, because it's attached to the iSolve University, we are kind of treating it like college. So, I'm a freshman. I've taken some very basic courses. The more courses I take, I move up to the sophomore level. And then the more courses I take, I move up to the junior, then of course up to the senior level as well. So this is kind of what the employee sees logging into the Learn and Grow aspect itself. Now, under the My Classroom, the dashboard is the screen that we're on right now. You can also just give your employees access to see the course list. So when they click on courses, this will bring in the 150 courses that are available for the employee to take. And once again, this is a wide range of courses, anything from OSHA training to diversity training to inclusion training. And then, of course, it includes those anti-harassment training courses that Amber was mentioning that certain states require those employees to take yearly. Those sexual harassment courses, it includes those courses within the package itself. So if you are in a designated state that's a requirement for your employees to managers to take each year, the system has those courses included in the catalog of 150. There's even courses like working with Microsoft Office products. So, if an employee wants to take a basic, Excel course or a PowerPoint course or Word, or if you guys are big on analytics and you're using a program like a Power BI, there's a nice Power BI course out there that employees have the options to take as well. They can also see kind of the list of the course paths that are made available to them. So here's a couple different course paths. We have the new hire orientation courses, we have the onboarding courses, state sexual harassment courses, and then we have a manager and leadership skills for first-time manager course path. Now, as I expand each one of these, it's going to show me which courses are assigned to that course path, and it's going to allow me to see which courses I've already completed as well. So in this case, as this employee has already completed the first 2 courses, now they can start the 3rd course. You notice there's a 4th course included, but they cannot take that employee self-service course until they complete the Navigate iSolve Learn course first. So you can actually have courses that are designated as prerequisites, meaning that in order to take this course, I have to pass certain courses ahead of time. And that way allows you as the organization to make sure that your employees are taking their courses in the order that you wish them to take and complete those courses from. There's also the ability to create on-site sessions. So we understand not all learning has to be virtual. It doesn't have to be all online. Yeah, it can be, but we also understand there's certain times where you guys may have training courses, training sessions that you're hosting on site. Maybe somebody internally is doing a safety course, or maybe you're bringing in an outside resource to train your employees for a certain area of your business. You can actually create on-site courses and actually have employees see a calendar of those courses and even register for those courses online as well. So once again, not everything has to truly be done virtually. Yes, the system does provide a lot of virtual options, but it also gives you guys the ability to create on-site courses, but still have the ability to capture all that information on who has completed and taken an on-site course as well. So it's just an easy way for you guys to create kind of your own calendar of on-site training sessions that you guys are providing to your employees. And then, of course, as employees complete certain courses, you can actually create certificates of completions that are available for the employee to have. It allows them to print it out. A lot of employees are proud of when they complete courses and they want to display their achievement. It's an easy way for you guys to create certificates of completions where it's just validation for the employee. Yeah, they can see it online, but it's, they can look at it in their office or in their cubicle each day just to, reconfirm to them that, yeah, I'm learning, I'm growing it within this organization. And once again, the more your employees grow, the better your retention is of those employees as well. So these are some of the features that are available for the employee to have access to see. And then, of course, if they are really competitive like myself, I always want to be at the top of the leaderboard as much as possible if I'm in any sort of gamification. So this is kind of where that gamification piece comes back into play. And they have the ability to kind of see which coworkers are, really achieving when it comes to the learning aspect of the system, or that they're taking these courses online. So the more courses you take and complete, the more points you earn, the more you move up the leaderboard. So there's a nice gamification piece included within the system itself. So once again, as an employee, it's a fairly simplistic view, which is nice because it doesn't require a whole lot of training to your employees. The navigation is very easy to kind of navigate from screen to screen. Specifically, if you guys are assigning those courses to the employees, they'll get the notification via email that there's a course been assigned. They can click on the link within the email, and it will log them right into the university for them to take those courses. Or when they log in, they can come right to that dashboard view and they can see what courses have been assigned for them to complete. And once again, as they open up the course, depending on how the course is created, it allows them to potentially watch a video. Maybe you guys have created a course that has some documentation that they just had to read through and kind of take a test at the end. So there's many ways that employees can actually take courses online. It doesn't all have to be video related. There is the ability to do other options as well, including PowerPoint presentations or documentation that they just had to review and acknowledge, things like that as well. So once again, from an employee's experience, pretty nice, pretty simplistic, but it gives them a ton of functionality when it comes to development, learning within the technology itself. Now on the back end, for you guys as the organization, as the administrators, what does it look like for you guys to kind of set this up for your organization? How difficult is it for you guys? What options do you guys have? And Amber mentioned before, it's customized content, meaning that you guys can create your own content. You can bundle things together. You can assign different courses and different paths as needed. So it's a nice solution because, yeah, we provide you guys the foundation of those 150 plus courses, but it's really your technology, meaning that you guys get to kind of control how you're presenting it back to your employees within the system itself. So we're going to come up to the topic, come under the classroom admin, and this is kind of getting into the back end, kind of the setup aspect of it for you guys as administrators of your organization. So the first thing it's going to show you is kind of just the total users, how many employees you currently have set up in the learning management aspect, in the Learn and Grow offering. You can see how many badges they've earned, and that's something else that kind of ties into the gamification piece. Yes, I can earn certificates of completions, but I can also earn badges as well, and you guys can create your own badges. So depending on how many courses they take, they can earn a certain type of a badge as well. You can see how many certificates have been earned, how many paths have been completed, and how many self-studies have been completed as well. Now, I know we do provide the 150 plus courses, plus we give you guys the ability to upload your own content. If you already have your own content that you've created, that you've acquired, you can upload that. We do support the SCORM content as well. But as Amber mentioned before, we do provide a marketplace offering, and that gives you guys access to thousands and thousands of additional videos that you can have incorporated back into your Learn and Grow offering. So this is done through our third-party vendor, where basically they update the content consistently for us. It does give you guys the ability to go out and search for specific type of content. So yeah, we do provide you the 150 up front, but if there's other additional content that you're needing that we're not providing, the marketplace is a great resource for you guys to go out and acquire additional content as well. As far as, you guys creating your own courses, we'll click on the course menu item. And this is where you can see those custom courses that you guys have created. This isn't necessarily including the 150 videos. Those have already been created for you guys. But this is where you as an organization say, hey, we already have our own content. How do we create our course around our own content? So this is how you guys would do it. So I'm just going to kind of edit one of these options just to kind of show you some of the setup of it. But really, you can, make it active in the system. What type of training is it going to be? Is it going to be a video training? Is it going to be just an audio training where they just simply listen and then they maybe take a test at the end? Is it going to be an on-site training course? We've kind of touched on how you guys can manage the on-site trainings. Is it going to be a presentation? And that could be anything from like a PDF document, a Word document, or even like a PowerPoint presentation that they just have to go through. Is it SCORM? And SCORM content is usually provided from those third-party content providers, which really bundles the entire course into one kind of file format called SCORM. It traditionally includes a video. A lot of times it includes documentation. It also includes a potential test at the end of it. It's kind of all bundled together into one simple file format for you guys to manage. So you have a lot of options out there outside of just this traditional video training. You have some additional options as needed as well. What is the name of the course? You want to create a number. Once again, I kind of think of it as college 101, 201, 301. So that way the employees kind of know, all right, this is more of an advanced course because it's a 201, a 301 is even more advanced from the 101 to 201 courses. So you guys get to control the numbering system of that as well. What type of description? And then who are the audience? Is it going to simply just be our employees and managers, or is it going to be more of our administrators of the company? Because there's times where you as an organization maybe have to train certain team members on functionality that employees traditionally don't need to be trained on. So you have the ability to do the client users as well. And then there's some nice configuration options over here to the right. What is the requirement to pass? So if there is a test at the end, what's the minimum that you want the employee to achieve in order to truly pass that course? You can build in your estimated, how long do you guys anticipate it taking employees? So that way, when they go and see the course online, it has an estimate of how long it's going to take. So you have some nice options there. If it is a video, then you can upload the video under the video tab. And the nice thing with uploading the video is you can split that video out into different chapters. So maybe you guys have created your own content that's, let's say, 30 minutes long. You can break that 30-minute video into maybe 3 10-minute chapters. So that way it kind of gives your employees a chance to take a break instead of having to watch the full 30-minute video each and every, all at one time. So they can get through chapter 1. At the end of each chapter, you can create what are called quizzes. And quizzes don't determine the pass or fail. It just really is a refresher to kind of see what the employees learn within that chapter itself. So you can actually have them some questions, you can give them some hints, things like that, just as another way to, to reinforce what they've learned within that previous session or that previous chapter that they went through. So you can do that within here as well. You can also use the relations, and that's where you can create those prerequisites. So in order for the employee to complete this course, they have to basically, you can choose some other courses that they have to complete first. You can also control the locks. So this is nice because we all know, there's going to be employees that, want to cut the corner. And instead of just watching the video, they simply just want to go in and try to take the test and just try to hope that they guess at the answers. Well, the nice thing is you can lock them out after so many failed attempts. So maybe each day you say you can take the test up to 3 times that day. And after 3 times, you have to wait in 24 hours until the next day. Or maybe you guys want to lock them out, for 1 week or for a certain number of hours, for months, or you can make it an indefinite where, hey, after so many incompletes, you can't take the course on your own. You have to reach out to us and we can unlock it if we see the need for it, and then you can go back in and take it. So you have some nice options there as well. And then you also have the ability to feature certain courses. So when the employees go through and search for different courses, you can highlight certain courses as, hey, for this month, here's the courses that we are featuring that we would like, not as a mandatory, because you can do that via the assignments, but hey, as a recommendation, here's some courses that, if you have some time throughout the month, here's what we would recommend you guys take in this month. So you can kind of highlight and feature certain courses. From a path standpoint, and we kind of define what the path was, that's where you can bundle certain courses together to create a course path. So we have a new hire orientation course path. So basically what happens is I can bundle as many courses as I want into that course path. And then that way, every time we hire a new employee, those new employees will get assigned those specific courses that they have to take. So you have the ability to, once again, control what courses, and you can have as many out there as you wish. Certificates is where you can choose what courses or course paths actually include certificates of completions. Not everything has to have a certificate of completion, but certain things you probably do want to have. Now, in your case, if you do want to have a certificate of every course, by all means, you have the ability to create a certificate, and you can assign it by course, or you can actually say, hey, we're going to assign it to these 10 or 15 different courses as well. From an assignment standpoint, this is where you guys get to basically mandate or require, I should say mandate, require employees to take certain courses or certain course paths. So you get to choose the assignment level of it. So when we edit the assignment itself, you get to control, who's it's getting assigned to, and then you can do a manual assignment. You can create a Teams assignment, or you can assign it by an org or labor level. And that would be something like by location, by department, by, team of individuals as well. So you have some nice ways to do those course assignments. And once again, you can choose, the due date. So, in this case, the due date's 1 day after I've assigned it, but you may want to set it for 10 days or 15 days. And then the system will generate reminders consistently throughout that 15-day window if they have not completed the course. If they've already completed their course, they're not going to get the reminder. It's only going to remind them if they have not completed their course. When it comes to things like quizzes, I mentioned earlier that you can build in quizzes if you've uploaded your own content. And a quiz doesn't determine the pass or fail. It's just a way for you guys to kind of recap what the employees learned so far. So for a certain course, you can create your own quizzes, which means that you get to create your own questions. You can include a hint. So if they're struggling finding the, thinking of the answer, there'll be a little hint icon that they can click on that gives them kind of a hint. And then if they answer the question incorrectly, it can even give them an explanation, because once again, quizzes aren't there to determine the pass or fail. It's there just to recap what they've learned so far. So you have the ability to create that for each type of course. And then a test is what truly determines the pass or fail of that course or course path itself. And the nice thing with the test is you can create your own questions, and we'll kind of scroll down. And the nice thing is you can reorder these questions. So every time they go to take the test, it can scramble the question. So that way they're not remembering every question in order. They actually have to read the question, read the answers, because you can scramble the order of how those questions appear, and you can scramble the order of how the answers appear. So A, B, C, D as an option. It doesn't, so that way the employee's not remembering, all right, it's A, B, B, C, C. They have to actually read the question each and every time they take the course, because each and every time the questions will be in a different order, and the answers will be in a different order as well with inside of each question. From a badges standpoint, as I mentioned before, iSolve has some badges already predefined, but you can create your own badges, and you can determine what they get to, what it's required of them to earn that badge. And you can call them, maybe something based upon, if you guys, some companies have logos and stuff like that, or maybe a mantra for the company. You can kind of mirror it to, to make it more personalized for your employees itself. You also get to see what users are in the system itself, and you can kind of see information on that user. So for Aaron here, I can actually view Aaron, and it's going to give me a lot of information on who Aaron is when it comes to the learning management aspect. It can show me any recently completed course paths, any courses that he's completed, any certificates that they've earned. You can see the badges that they've unlocked, and you can see by week any points that they're earning, and once again, points they earn by taking courses. You can also create teams of individuals. It's just another way to break it out. So yeah, you can have it set up by departments, things like that, but maybe you have a safety team that is across multiple departments. So you can actually create a team where I'm pulling and assigning just certain individuals to that team. So that way I can assign that team maybe a course path of safety, OSHA training, HIPAA training, things like that. Or maybe it's, you have other reasons why you would create a team itself. And then the last thing is the reporting aspect. So there's some nice reporting tools for you guys to kind of monitor and manage and see who has and who has not done the assignments within the system itself. So, the first thing over the past 30 days is going to give me the average score of my employees, the pass rate, the fail rate. I can see those assignments. So when I click on assignments, I can see the at-risk assignments. So these are the people that are coming near to their due date or they're overdue. And once again, the system will remind them, but it can't force them to take the courses, of course. But the system can show you who has not taken a course based upon the assignment itself. You also get to see their certificates. So anybody that's earned certificates, you can see when they've earned the certificate itself and what their certificate is. You can see course attempts, and this allows you to see just a holistic view of by course, the number of employees that are taking the courses. And then you can kind of see, who has taken, who has passed, who has failed those courses, who hasn't taken the course itself. There's also the way to open up feedback for the courses. So you can allow your employees access to leave feedback. So once they take the course, they can leave feedback on if they thought it was beneficial or not. Now you may decide not to enable that option, and that's fine. But it is a way to allow your employees to give their honest feedback of what that course was. And you can track the course feedback from here. Course locks allows you to ultimately unlock or see anybody that's been locked out of a course, meaning that they've had so many failed attempts of taking the test. And this gives you the ability to unlock those individuals from here as well. Courses is just once again giving you a list of all the courses. And as you click on each one, it gives you reporting on the course itself. So it just kind of gives you some success reporting. So, it's going to show me total attempts, pass, failed, average score, pass rate, fail rate for that specific course itself. As an administrator, of course, you'll have access to the leaderboard. And then you can even break it down by user as well. So if we click on the users at the bottom, this allows you to see by user and even pull statistics off that user as well. So once again, I can see for Aaron, just another way to see how many courses he completed, how many badges he's earned, how many certificates he's earned. So as you see with the Learn and Grow offering, not only is it a very user-friendly experience for your employees, but on the back end, it's a pretty easy process for you guys to create your own content and upload that content within the system. Now, you may decide that the 150 videos are sufficient for you, or maybe you guys have acquired some additional content through our marketplace offering, and you don't necessarily have to go and worry about building out the courses. You, in that case, can just manage the course path aspect of it as well. But it's a nice tool for you guys to further enhance and grow your employees within the organization by giving them the tools to improve not only potentially from the business aspect, but just in general life. There's a lot of courses out there that maybe aren't specific to your business, but are just nice to have refreshers and learning new things within the world itself. So there's a greater selection of videos that we include. But of course, as we've talked about this before, you also have the ability to upload your own content, and you have the ability to acquire additional content through our marketplace offering. So with that, I'm going to kind of turn it back over to Amber to see if there's any questions that were being presented as we're running through the technology.
I do not see any chats that have come through. Jason, do you have any that has come through to you?
Nope, I don't think so. I think we're good.
Perfect. All right.
All right. So thanks, guys. I did record it, so I'll be able to send this recording out to everybody that registered on the link. So you can share it with your coworkers as well. Pricing for this is per employee per month. That's just how it's billed. If you're looking for any more detailed information about that, or want to kind of do a demonstration that's specific to your organization, we can certainly set that up as well. So thanks everybody for joining. We'll get this recording out to you shortly. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Guys.